Good evening and welcome to the WDSU News Hot Seat. I'm Travers Mackle. Tonight, we have a very special guest to talk about all sorts of civil rights issues across the state of Louisiana. Alana Hebert, the first African-American female to ever lead this agency. It's a great honor. Has that set in yet?
It's setting in. It's an incredible honor. I am truly humbled by this opportunity to lead this incredible civil rights organization. This organization has been in existence for 62 years in Louisiana, and I really look up to Ben Smith and Jim Dombrowski, civil rights leaders who really started out in an age where we were fighting racial segregation, discrimination, and we're still fighting those issues today. And so I'm standing on their shoulders, and that's what makes me feel that I really can go forward and do this work.
We're going to talk about goals, long range and short range, but let's talk about you at first here. Or first off, let's talk about you. You're a former prosecutor. You handled cases, all sorts of cases, in the Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office for Leon Cannizzaro, and then you went to become Deputy General Counsel for the Louisiana Supreme Court. Do you bring a unique perspective to this office?
I believe I do. Louisiana is the top incarcerator in the world. We have double the national average of folks incarcerated, and I believe I bring a perspective from being a prosecutor, coming from a progressive mindset in realizing that our criminal justice system is based on many inequities. We treat folks who are rich and guilty far better than we treat folks who are poor and innocent. And wealth, unfortunately, not culpability, shapes some of the outcomes that have happened in our criminal justice system. So having prosecuted, I understand where those fault lines actually lie, and have used that to kind of inspire the work that I've done to try to dismantle some of it with the reform package that we passed last year.
Does it give you a unique perspective, especially dealing with criminal justice issues? Because a lot of people, you've had great predecessors, but a lot of people may not have been as versed as you in that background. But when it comes to dealing with criminal justice, does this really give you something where you can say, look, my experience is from a law enforcement background?
I believe it does. And I think when we look at criminal justice, we have to realize that you need fair people on both sides of the aisle when you're talking about this issue. And I have always wanted to live in a safe community. I believe that safe families and safe communities build greater societies where we can all raise our children and feel safe. And so I think public safety is an important part of the equation. But unfortunately, the measures that we were taking weren't ensuring our public safety. In fact, we were spending $700 million a year on criminal justice, but we weren't getting that return on public safety. And so being smart on crime rather than just tough is really important. And so my background in kind of understanding that philosophy is very important to this role, because we're going to be continuing the fight to advance reducing our incarcerated population and also combating racial disparities, which is also an important part of the system.
I know you've got a lot to talk about because you've just jumped into this job. You're about a week into it right now.
Actually, yeah.
On the short term, in the immediate future, what are your top goals? Your number one goal, your number two goal? I'm sure your plate is full, but on the immediate horizon here, what do you want to get done from the ACLU standpoint for the state of Louisiana?
We're definitely working hard in criminal justice. We want to continue reducing the incarcerated population. There were just two really important bills that were just passed. One is a ballot initiative that's going to be on the ballot in November to reduce non-unanimous juries. And so non-unanimous juries is a really one of the vestiges of slavery and our history of racial segregation in this country. And you can be convicted and sent to prison for life on a non-unanimous jury, which means 10 folks can believe that you're guilty and 2 folks can have reasonable doubt.
This has been a big issue in the news that we've covered and pretty much everybody in the media has talked about right now. Louisiana is one of 2 states, Louisiana and Oregon, are the only 2 that require non-unanimous verdicts. A lot of people watching this right now watch a lot of movies, they watch a lot of TVs, and they say the jury has to be unanimous. That is not the case in Louisiana, and I'll give you 2 examples. Cardell Hayes, who was convicted for shooting and killing former Saints star Will Smith, 10-2 verdict. Joe McKnight, another high-profile murder that happened on the West Bank in Jefferson Parish, Ronald Gasser, 10-2 verdict. Right now, if that was the case, they would have been hung juries and not convicted.
So exactly, it's important to note and put this in a historical perspective. The non-unanimous jury was passed in the Constitutional Convention back in the 1880s, and essentially there's language out of the transcripts of this convention that talk about preserving white supremacy and disenfranchising African Americans. And this came right after Reconstruction, and so kind of putting it in its historical context, we understand why so many of our other states have kind of moved past this, but we're still kind of holding on to this. We've got more lifers serving life in prison without parole in Louisiana than any other state in the country, and most or many of those folks were convicted on non-unanimous juries. And so it's really something that it's a vestige of slavery, it's a vestige of our history of racial segregation, and we've got to have trust in our prosecutors that if they've got the kind of evidence that they need to prosecute their cases, they should be able to prosecute on a unanimous jury.
And let me ask you this, you're a former prosecutor, you've convicted people on non-unanimous juries at Tulane and Broad. 48 states do this, including Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, places that Louisiana likes to think, hey, you know what?
We're better than them.
We can do better. Than with all due respect to those states.
Sure.
But Louisiana likes to think we can do better.
Or at least we want to be like our southern neighbors.
Right.
We don't maybe perhaps want to be like New York or California, but surely we can be commensurate with our southern neighbors in how we treat these issues.
The DA's Association, the Sheriff's Association, a lot of people didn't stand in the way of what the legislature did to get this to the ballot. But do you guys expect a fight, a bare-knuckle brawl, if you will, when this gets to the ballot for voters?
You know, I don't think they're going to take it laying down, and we're ready, because I think we're talking about equity, we're talking about equality, and we're talking about fairness. And I think prosecutors, like the prosecutors in Oregon, because the District Attorneys Association was actually they were supporting this initiative in Oregon, because I think they know too that it's important for our system, for procedural justice reasons, for it to be fair. And if we want our convictions to stand, they should be based on unanimous juries where all of the folks on the jury believe without a reasonable doubt that someone is guilty. That's what represents a fair system, and that's how people can really have confidence in the system.
All right, quickly, second issue, voting rights for convicted felons, to get them restored. That's something you'll be focusing on in the short term here, too.
We will. And so restoring voting rights for formerly incarcerated people really is at the center of our constitutional rights as citizens of the United States. So once someone has served time on probation and parole, they've served their time in prison, it's really a part of their citizenship rights that they should be able at a certain point to be able to vote and exercise their right to vote. It's our most fundamental right as human beings in the United States. And so after 5 years, HB 265 will permit folks to do that. So we've got to now educate formerly incarcerated folks on how to get registered to vote and how to do that work. And lots of organizations are working on that. Vote is working on that. They were at the center of getting this bill passed, Voice of the Experience, Norris Henderson and the folks at that wonderful organization. And so we're going to be supporting that, and we're going to be partnering with those organizations to help enfranchise voters. Enfranchisement is the most important thing. Disenfranchisement and disengagement is where we've been, and I think we're in a place where things are very hostile and uncivil. But enfranchising people and getting more folks to vote and being more engaged, I think we get to a better place in our democracy.
Long range, what is your focus right now? And I know it may be a far way away to see right now because your plate's full with a lot of short-term issues right now. But in the long term, what are your goals for the ACLU of Louisiana? Do you hope to change anything, do anything differently? On the long term, what are your goals?
I do hope to change things. I hope to be able to work more closely with directly impacted communities, vulnerable communities, whether it be the incarcerated communities, whether it be immigrant communities, whether it be the LGBTQ community. There have been some communities that have felt disconnected from the work of the ACLU, and I think it's my responsibility as a new leader to help folks come back in and realize that the ACLU has strong protections and efforts that it wants to put in place to help those communities and really empower those communities. So we're also talking about women's rights. We're talking about fighting back bills that regulate abortion. We're talking about fighting to empower immigrant communities. We're fighting to empower LGBTQ communities. I mean, we really want to make sure that the civil rights and liberties of everyone within our borders are protected.
Final question here. Do you meet with what's going on with police across the country right now? And there's the high-profile incident in Jefferson Parish right now that's under investigation for the death of somebody that died in custody just about a month or so ago. Do you meet with the sheriff in Jefferson Parish, the police chief in New Orleans, your former boss, Leon Canizera? Do you want to have a relationship with them, and can you with the ACLU?
So I think the most important thing about this role is that I am an honest convener, and I think if folks want to embrace civil liberties and civil rights and really have a real conversation and discussion about them, I'm willing to talk to anybody and I'm willing to partner with anybody. But I do have some very strong concerns about meeting with folks when that commitment is not clear and not strong. And so our position at the ACLU is very clear. Our position is that we fight very strongly for vulnerable communities. We believe in equity, fairness, fighting racial injustice, and things of that nature. And so really, when we think about partnering with folks, we really want to look at their record. We're not worried about whether they're Republican or Democrat. We're not worried about what their names are or what their positions are. We want to know what their record is on civil rights. And if folks want to change their record, if they haven't had such a good record and they want to change those things, we'd be more than willing to have those kinds of conversations and hold them accountable.
All right. Alana Hebert, the new Executive Director of the ACLU.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. We'll continue to follow everything that the ACLU does and continues to monitor in the state of Louisiana. For the Hot Seat with Alana Hebert, I'm Travers Mackel.